The Yaz lore is insane. Like, when I tell you, there's so much stuff that has happened to me within my 17, almost 18 years of life. I'm telling you, there's so much that has happened to me. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Yaz, and today we're going to be doing something different. So obviously we're not filming on my camera because, I don't know, I just don't feel like filming on my camera. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys though. I did film this on my camera earlier, but I kind of hated it and I yapped my whole way through. So I just decided to keep it short and sweet, and we're filming on my laptop, and I'm sorry how fugly it looks, but just think of it as aesthetic. So speaking of what we're going to do, today's video is this new segment that I wanted to introduce called Mental Illness Realness. Basically, it's a segment where I talk about my mental health journey and kind of everything about that. And I wanted to keep it as raw and short and simple and kind of just come on here and share with you what's going on with me. I want to preface this by saying there's a lot of trigger warnings because I talk about, obviously, my mental health issues and a lot of whole other issues, but I'll give you guys a warning when I actually get to that. Don't mind the lighting and everything. I think that having it on my laptop, I feel like just makes it more personal. I don't know. But yeah, like, I know how all my videos are like professionally filmed with my camera, but like, I don't know, for some reason I feel like this makes me feel more connected. Don't know why. I'm gonna talk about my journey. So as you guys know, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for over a month now. This is my first time actually being in like therapy and actually having a therapist to talk to, because I've seen multiple therapists, multiple psychiatrists. I've talked to many people, but none of them ever stuck. So I'm very glad that this one has. She's the only one that hasn't left me, but we'll get into that. Kyron, if you're watching this, I love you so much. You helped me so much, and I'm forever grateful for you. I kind of wanted to talk about like how my mental health is. So this is kind of going to be like a small therapy session between you and me, but also like me just sharing what I have, and if you guys relate, just know that you guys aren't alone. This is really just to get rid of the stigma around mental illness. I don't mess around when it comes to stuff like this. I think taking care of yourself is very important no matter what, mental or physical. And so yeah. So I'm going to start off by saying my diagnosis, trigger warning again, but I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, both mild to severe cases. And I also suffer, as a kid, I had ADHD, and it kind of grew into ADD, which I have now. I don't really know how that works. Please don't ask me. And if that's not how it works, don't quote me on that. That was what my doctors told me. At least that's what we discussed. I've also discussed with my doctors about like autism, you know, because having ADD, ADHD, that's like neurodivergency, and it's like a whole spectrum. I don't really know where I land on that, so please don't quote me on this. I don't really know the technicals of it. I just know that this is what I was diagnosed with, and I have that. And I also discussed with my doctors BPD, which, if you don't know what BPD is, it's borderline personality disorder. And so we, you know, that's been communicated. This is what I have. So yeah, anyways, let's take a quick break to see how cute I look. I have my BB shirt on and my hair's done, and I have my makeup done. Obviously you can't really tell because it's actually so grainy, but you know what? Oh well. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell, but I keep getting sidetracked. But my look is inspired, or literally, for some reason, I wasn't even thinking, but I was like channeling Tara Yummy this whole look. And earlier, I made a thirst trap TikTok. You guys can go check out that on my TikTok. I'll have it linked down below with literally every other video that I do. Every video that I do, I link my Instagram and my TikTok down below, so you guys can go watch it for yourself. Honestly, like, all the time I subconsciously channel Tara Yummy, and you know, we're both 4'11", we're both sassy, and we're both slay, and you know, I think that automatically makes us best friends. So Tara Yummy, if you're watching this, I love you. Let's be besties. That's basically what I have. That's what I've had probably since I was a kid. And yeah, so I kind of just wanted to get that out of the way, so when I'm like talking about like what's wrong with me, you guys kind of get an understanding of what I have. Obviously what I have you guys probably don't, or you do, and you know, this is just how my brain works. This is how I function. This is what's going on with me. Mental illness is very different for a lot of people. No two people are really the same. Sometimes we do have similarities, but it all stems from different things. So basically, I have my therapy book right here. My best friend Tejana gave me this for Christmas, I believe. And so I use it for therapy. I can't technically show you what's in here, but I can talk about it, if that makes sense. So, as a kid, I have a lot of trauma. And, like, I won't go deep into depths of it, but I will tell you that I have a lot of family trauma. I have a lot of medical trauma. I have a lot of trauma from getting bullied as a kid all the way up into even high school. Only now have I not felt the wrath of it. So, you know, and I guess when it comes to doing social media and online stuff, obviously there's going to be like hate, harassment, bullying, all of that. But I mean, I've dealt with it for my whole life. What's a little more online? Hashtag, don't cyberbully. Don't bully in general. That's lame and that's not good. You are not pretty if you bully. Anyways, I digress. That's pretty much like, I feel where everything stems from is just my trauma from everything. Maybe in a later day I'll get into specifics about certain situations, but I feel like that's definitely personal and I shouldn't be sharing everything online. As much as I love to overshare and yap, and I overshare online a lot, I feel like some things need to be, you know, tucked away. But as much as, like, I love to be transparent, and you guys know I can't shut up, obviously. So, we'll see. Basically, I want to say last week, Monday, I had a very, very bad depressive episode, and it kind of lingered throughout the week. And only now have I started to recover from it. And this time around, I suffered with not being able to eat. Normally when I have depressive episodes, I'll still be able to down things, but this time around, the first 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, I could not eat. Like, I had to be, trigger warning, I had to be force-fed snacks those 2 days, and I had to be basically force-fed for the rest of the week until I kind of just grasped it myself and took the depression by the reins and, you know, tossed it to the side. And I did have a therapy session, and I talked to her about it, and we'll get into that after. This was, like, the first time I ever had problems eating within my depressive episodes. Normally, like, I'll eat, but, like, it's never an issue. Like, I never don't eat. This time I, like, couldn't down anything. It was very difficult for me. If you guys have suffered with that too, you're not alone. Do not think that something is wrong with you. You can get help, and you will heal. And we're in this together, so we like this. Anyways, so continuing. But yeah, like, I was struggling, and this time around I think it was just a lot of negative things that piled up and caused me to spiral into this episode. Normally some episodes just come out of nowhere. Sometimes they're triggered by things. On Monday I was triggered by something, but then throughout the week I kind of got over it. Like, literally after the 2 days I got over it, and then it kind of just lingered, the feeling. And with my anxiety, I suffer panic attacks. We've discussed panic disorder as well, because I just get panic attacks, like, out of nowhere. I get them pretty frequently, but sometimes I can go months without them, and sometimes it's like week after week. So that's just another thing to add on. Like I've discussed, I have, like, abilities, and sometimes I can't tell if it's that or if it's my anxiety, and sometimes it's both, and them together, I can't even function those days. Like, I feel sick to my stomach, can't do anything, because I'm so worried something is gonna happen and I can't tell what it is. But usually I can tell the difference between the two, and when it comes to anxiety attacks and panic attacks, I'm sure there's a difference, and I tried to explain this before, but I felt stupid, so I just stopped. And surprise, surprise, I have social anxiety. I know that's weird because I'm a very outgoing person, but I like to think I'm an ambivert, which is a mix of an introvert and an outrovert. Is that what it is? I don't know, but it's just a mix of those two. Let's talk about what's in my journal. See, I wanted to do some work here with you guys, but I actually, like, my mind went blank the first time around. So I don't think I'm gonna actually write anything. Like, she kind of wanted me to track how I feel. I don't really feel anything today. That sounds bad. But, like, it's not, I don't feel anything bad, but I also don't feel anything entirely great. In here, on the first page that I did, I have this tree that she made me draw. It's just the roots all the way up to the flowers, and it's all about me and the bad things that I want to throw away. And then on this page I have toxic moments or people, and I had to reflect off of it. Basically I was just talking about my trauma and my bullying and all that kind of stuff. And then, so the most recent thing that she had me do is when I was going through my depressive episode, she wanted me to do part work. And basically that's like shadow work, but also not. See, it sounds silly, like when I start to explain it, it's gonna sound silly, but you just have to get it to get it. But basically she had me, we call it the mean part, and that's basically where my depression settles. And I said it was in my chest, or like my core, and it spreads around like through my neck into my head. And I described it as a black ball of mist that spreads into the nooks and crannies, so like of my brain. Heavy chest and brain fog, and I always feel that. I always get brain fog, and I always have a heavy chest. And so this part's gonna sound really silly, but she asked me to ask it how it would feel if we were to bring it out, and to discuss on what it is, what it's like. And so I said it was hesitant but willing with confidence. So kind of, it's a part of me, so obviously I have to work with myself to get that out. And it lingers. And like I said, when I have my depressive episodes, it tends to linger. It doesn't go away. There's a lot to unpack with my mental illness and mental health journey. There's so much to go over. But I kind of just wanted for this to be a sweet introduction on where I am right now, and kind of just what I'm working with. And obviously I want to be as raw and as honest and truthful and transparent with you guys as possible, especially about this, because I don't fuck around when it comes to mental illness, because I don't bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say, like, oh, I'm fine, like, I'm perfect, like, I'm good. When I'm not okay, I'll tell someone I'm not okay. Sometimes I'll say I'm fine when I'm really not fine, but people do that all the time. I just wanted to get rid of the taboo-ness and the stigma of talking about mental health, because duh. I mean, look, it's literally 2024. We gotta get over that. Oh, yeah. So being in therapy has definitely helped me heal a lot more than when I first started. I definitely feel a lot better about myself, and I feel like I definitely understand my mental illness a lot more than I did. I'm still working through therapy. I'm going to start working with a psychiatrist to start medication. That's kind of why I started therapy in the first place, is because I wanted help, and I did want to start on medication because I thought that would be the best for me. And when I started therapy, I was at my lowest. And I think, and as cheesy as it sounds, it helped. And when I talk about my therapy journey and when I talk about my mental illness with other people, they're always so surprised at how open I am with it. But I mean, what else do you want me to say? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that, oh, like, it's fine, like, it's whatever. No, I'm a yapper. Obviously, I'm gonna go into, like, I'm not gonna say details. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm, like, in therapy and it's doing me really good. Like, I mean, life's going, you know, like, that's really what I tell people. And because, I mean, like, I'm not the person to just say small things. Like, I'm gonna open up to you if you ask, because I know when to trust people and I know when not to. And all of the people that I've told are trusted adults, and I trust my teachers with my life. Obviously I have to trust my therapist, and the people around me. So yeah, I feel like that's why I'm so open about it. It's because, like, why should I hide it? So this is what mental illness realness is. It's really just me yapping about my mental health journey and me talking about my therapy. just to make you guys feel less alone and just something to entertain while I figure out what else to do. But yeah, I mean, I really want to do these more like raw and honest open talks with you guys, because honestly, it's not just therapy for me, but I feel like it's also therapy for some of you that, you know, are struggling with the same things I am. And don't be shame about it, truly. Like, if you're going through something, get help. And I had my doctor recommend me to Hazel Health, and that's how I found my therapist. Basically, she referred me, and I signed up online, and I met with a therapist that gave me my long-term therapist, Kyron, and now I'm going to see a psychiatrist to get my medication, and, you know, I'm getting the help I need, and I'm forever grateful for that. Yeah, I really encourage you guys, if you can afford it, and if you think you need help, please get help. Please reach out, because it's so much better than, you know, suffering in silence. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. That's okay. You can talk to other people about it. You don't have to have a therapist. But I feel like it's so healthy to talk about what's wrong with you, even if you feel like you don't want to, or if you can't. I feel like write about it. You can write about it. You can journal. That's kind of what I did. Sometimes I express everything through, like, when I write books and, like, novels, or sometimes I even write songs that don't make it into the world. And I express that through my videos and all that, and that's just who I am. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this helps a lot of people, and I will continue to do this segment as time goes on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.